Transparent Thursday, because that's my whole goal in life, is to be transparent inside and out, sharing the good news, also sharing my struggles and such, because if, no saint goes without struggle. So one of the things I've been, some people have reached out to me, and I've heard people talk, and it's just kind of come across some things is, they're wanting to share what God has done in their life. And rewind a couple months ago, I had the opportunity to share my testimony. I don't even know how many people, it was in the hundreds. But the thing is that up until then, I decided to start Inspurations because I wanted to. Okay, I'm on social media daily, probably too much, honestly, but it came over me. I'm like, so is the rest of the world. You have a lot of people on social media that is not going to step foot in a church, and they don't. That's up to them. But I tell you this much: there are a lot of people out there that are scrolling through your news feed, scrolling through your social profile, and here's a question or reflection: what are they seeing? One thing I've always done, and I think this is true, is sharing is caring. When I see something good, and sometimes I see something bad, but if it's something good and and I feel like someone out there could use it, I'm gonna share it. What does it hurt? And I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't really have the platform to share how God is transforming my heart, and I ain't got that opportunity, or this or that, and that was me a few months ago, and it's still me sometimes. I got to speak one time, and I found my happy place after about 10 minutes in, and ever since, I've reached out to a couple people and churches and whatever, and for whatever reason, God has shut that door for me, and which is difficult because you have this good news and you want to share it and you want to give people hope, but you have to trust that God is closing doors and opening doors for reasons. But here's the key: is if you have a social media account, and you have a phone, and you have the internet like most of us do these days, where a lot of people don't around the world, don't get me wrong. What's your excuse? Get on social media, share how God is transforming your life, post it. Instead of holding that in and saying, oh, I don't have the platform, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, or in a week or two I'll be ready, and and that's not. I don't think that's the way you should operate. I don't think that's the way people should operate. The ones that have been redeemed and are growing in Christ daily, there's others that need to hear that hope. And if you're worried about, oh, well, I don't want to think I'm a Jesus freak or whatever, then that might be a reflection that you have to ask, because no one says it's going to be easy following Jesus. You're going to get a lot of people that you might get an unfollow. You might get less likes. But some people out there, I'm amazed, because they'll put stuff out there and it's like they'll have 2,000 views in like 2 hours. Whereas it's something I post, like, I'm thankful for everything, and I'm trusting God will lead me where and get it to the people that needs to be. But I don't think you understand the platform that you have. And, go share it. Go share it and expose 5,000 people your good news and how God's transforming you. And they may not like it, or they might scroll on through, or they might unfollow you and say, he's going off the deep end or she's going off the deep end. I have. Because it's something until someone has really been emptied and surrendered and God has rescued them and redeemed them. It's nothing you can explain to someone else. All you can do is put it out there and let Jesus do the rest. But holding it in and keeping that all to yourself, waiting on the right opportunity, pursue the opportunity, make an opportunity, and be bold. And yeah, you're going to fail, and yeah, you're going to lose some friends, or hey, you might gain some friends. But if that's what it's all about, which my flesh comes in sometimes and I'm like, oh, I wish I had this many followers, or I didn't have this many views. When I start doing that, I've lost the whole goal of the thing I created, or God created in my heart, Inspurations. It's to give, I don't care if it's one person or two, or 1,000 or 1,000,000, but to give them the hope that can only be found in Jesus. And if I'm pursuing something else other than that, it's going to fail. Because everything I do myself fails eventually, if not quicker. So, I want to challenge everybody out there. If God is changing your heart and transforming your life and doing things in your life, or if you're struggling and he don't feel them, maybe, ask for some prayers. But don't become comfortable just being, I guess, being held down by excuses or whatever. But go through it. Yeah, you're going to fail, but God's there with you all the time. You don't think he was ridiculed? You don't think he was questioned every time he talked? Yes. And it's something about, I've told people this. When I tell my story, it's like my details are gone, which is great. I told my therapist that. I said, I have to almost research my own story again if I'm saying, trying to bring detail into it, which isn't what it's not about. It's about a sinner like me being down and out and having nothing else to grab onto except Jesus, and being absolutely transformed by Jesus. And now my heart is on fire for him. And I don't care. I don't care much about what this world has to offer, to be honest. It's weird. My desires have changed. I've changed probably. I probably lost some friends. And that's the thing, is I still love them. I mean, it is what it is, but it's something only people that have experienced Jesus and how he can rescue you out of the darkness. That's the only way people can understand it. It's just kind of like being hurt, really, unless you've experienced some trauma or something. It's hard to tell someone, yeah, I understand. I try not to always say that, like, do I know what it is to lose a friend in a car accident? No. Thank God I hadn't had to deal with that. Do I know how it feels to be betrayed on the ultimate level? Yes, I do. And I hope I can be there for you, but ultimately, the only thing I can do is point them to Jesus. And when they decide they want to be healed and they want to surrender to him, that's when he will take the lead. So I want to encourage everybody, sharing is caring, and share. And you have a platform, you have social media, we all have it. Share what Jesus is doing in your life, and let's turn this dark world into light about Jesus, and use the platform you have, and he'll open doors when he needs to for you. All right. Thanks for everything. Love y'all.